Magley against Carl Erskine. He won 2 or 3 in relief in the series, that is. Ah, yes. Great to see him. Now Monacelli. First shot. Amleto leaving the 10 pin.
Looks like Monacelli's made some minor adjustments from his first game, 269. He was swinging very wide. In the middle of that second game where he defeated Norm Duke, he was sending it wide but going high. Now he's kind of split the difference. He's going out to about the second or third board and getting a nice smooth roll back to the pocket.
Now, our first look today at Ray Edwards, 28-year-old from Center Reach, New York. It's his 4th television appearance ever, 3rd this year. He was 5th in the Firestone, 3rd at El Paso. As top seed last year, he won El Paso. He'll take it. Brooklyn. Like Allie Reynolds, he'll take anything against the Dodgers or the Brooklyns, right?
He crosses the Brooklyn on this shot, Chris. 5-step delivery using the full approach. He cocks his wrist at this point, but watch how he'll bend that elbow as he drives straight through to the foul line and roll that wrist right under the ball. Gets a terrific break as he crosses left of the head pin on his first shot and gets a strike.
Match play. He won by 5 pins over Amleto, 215 to 210. This is a different story. 3-6-10 for the man who used to bowl here on weekends. He'd come over from Wichita Falls, Texas, where he was stationed for 4 years in the Air Force and compete.
It's the same reaction that Monacelli had in his last match against Duke. You send it too wide, the ball breaks high, leaves the 3-6-10. Once again, a relatively tough spare.
Ray Edwards.
Well, he's shocked by this shot. He thought he had covered the 3-pin right on, and it just, look at that. You almost can't see it as it slides right past. He switched to a harder ball, and it slid too much, and he's opened the door for Monacelli in the very first early frames.
He too crossed over, but no luck. The 3-10, Bo.
Well, what was a good scoring environment about 45 minutes ago has turned into somewhat of a grind out as we see 2 players in a row that can't keep the ball in the pocket. Monacelli high leaves the 3-10, get the ball by the 3, let it deflect in the 10. Once again, he should be zeroed on this shot as he can key off of those 3-6-10 spares he converted in the previous match against Duke.
All right, that'll give Amleto a little foundation that he was looking for, which he had in his first match with 9 strikes.
That's a shot Amleto likes. He sends the ball wide with a lot of speed this time to hold the line, snaps it in off that very first board. Perfect shot. Ray Edwards plays about the same angle, the same amount of hook as Monacelli, so he should go to school on that. Send it wide, keep up the speed.
No, he says.
Oh, he's just soft. I think he felt that in his earlier practice, the ball would what we call hold the line and sit there in the 1-3 pocket. Right now, after about an hour and a half of competition on the lanes, the ball is breaking a little bit more, and he has to make the adjustment. He either has to move left with his feet or increase his ball speed as he's faced with a tough 3-6-9-10 spare.
How much? Well, spares. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some strikes. That's what we need, Carol. West Side kid. We need strikes. The spares kill you. Just 3 minutes. We'll make it up. Yeah. Don't. Here in Edmond, Oklahoma, in the fourth frame, Amleto Monacelli, with a strike up, had another one. Then in the fifth frame, left the 10-pin marked with a spare. In a close match, this man, Ray Edwards, trails by 19, but he has a strike up. Can cut it to 9. High hit, and again, we're going to see shot making on the 3, 6, 10. Ray Edwards, by beating Norm Duke 247 to 220, jumped from fourth position to second. 4 years in the Air Force. Yes, 18 championships. One of 3 Triple Crown winners, Billy Hardwick, who's in town, and John Petraglia. So, big strike for Ray Edwards. And with a spare in between, he has completed the 6th frame, now with a spare up. Monacelli shooting in the 6th. 19-pin lead. Leaving a 6-10. Oh, this completes your 18th year, right?
18 years with you, partner. It's been very enjoyable, and looking forward to January 9th next year to start the 19th year. As we see Monacelli with multicolored shoes, he's adjusted his left shoe, his sliding shoe, for a little stickier approaches. These are wood approaches. We've had synthetics the past 3 weeks.
Oh, you're the best. What you do, no kidding.
Thank you, partner.
All right, and so are these guys. Look at that. Look at those millionaires, starting with Marshall Holman with the most amount of money earned on the tour. Weber is third, followed by Anthony Albee, Webb, Voss, Monacelli, who is bowling here in Edmond, Oklahoma right now. Jack Thorpe and his daughter Mary. There are over 250,000 Native Americans in this state, 38 tribes total.
Big shot for Ray Edwards, 7th frame. He has really struggled on this right-hand lane. He only trails by 17, can make it 7.
So a 3-6 for the Center Reach New York bowler.
Some of his inexperience in the championship round showing. This is only his 4th championship round, and he's made some minor adjustments on this right-hand lane, but you got to make a big adjustment when you keep drifting high and high and high. It's either going to move the feet way left or throw it much harder. And he needs work on that spare, partner. He has slid by that twice.
Though some days you can't win.
Hello.
Hello.
Cuts right through the middle. What big hook ball bowlers get are the weird splits, and this is a weird one. The 3, 4, 6, 7. Get the ball to the right of the 3, drive it into the 4-7 zone. Kind of tough. He can't hit that 3-pin across lane, Chris, no matter how he tries.
Very big disappointment for this 28-year-old Ray Edwards. 3rd telecast this year.
Cakewalk for Monacelli if he can strike on this ball. Potential 245 and extend his lead to 52, 8th frame.
And then if he can go on to win, he will have a classic final match
Well, I think the next two matches are that way.
Yes.
You're right. Monacelli has this well in hand. He needs just one mark here in the last 3 frames. I think this is a gimme right here with this 4-pin. And he's changed his line on the right-hand lane, 28 here in this 40-lane establishment. And it may be the key. He struggled, but he's closing in on it.
For Monacelli, this is his 3rd game of the afternoon. And with the final game coming up, it'll be his 4th match. And should he be able to get by Pete Weber, in his 5th match, he'd go against the PBA's #1 senior in a winner-take-all match for $25,000, Gene Stuss.
Endurance, no problem for Monacelli. Runs as many as 15 miles a day. This is a piece of work for him.
And finishing with a resounding foundation strike in the 9th, Monacelli.
Edwards theoretically can't win this match, but for his own experience, he needs to make a good shot in this lane. Try something different, Ray. Move left or throw it harder. Do something.
And disgust and disappointment. We don't blame you, Ray.
Well, because he knows he could strike at will. If he had made that adjustment a couple of frames earlier, he'd have been right in the match. Right, has no trouble on this left-hand lane. He has a potential 183. Let's look at his style. He has that kind of drifting style like Monacelli. He'll drift over the center. He'll try to get between the 2nd and 3rd arrows. Pretty standard cranker move.
Look at that. First double of the afternoon for Ray Edwards in the semifinal match.
Important for Ray. He's a young, good bowler out here on the tour. He's learning. And he can only improve by learning his mistakes under pressure. And it seems like he just has a tendency to throw a little soft. Keep the speed up, and he'll be back and win some more tournaments.
He's going to get 11,000 here this afternoon to add to his 34,000. Ray has strung at the end 4 and a total of 183.
Monacelli needs just 5 pins on 2 balls. That's a gimme. It's going to be 2 of the best, Monacelli and Weber, in the championship match.
Okay. All right. The 7-pin. But as Bo told you, he needed 5. So everything's in hand. He'll go against Pete Weber. A classic confrontation coming up. Don't go away.